So my other favorite Robert Kiyosaki quote that I tell my students all the time, Robert, is you said this to me once. You said the difference between a rich person and a poor person is their relationship with fear. That's heavy. What do you mean by that, Robert?
Well, we have four intelligences. Okay. We have mental, physical, emotional, spiritual. So that you have mental IQ, physical IQ, spiritual IQ, and emotional IQ. But for most people, when it comes to money, the relationship is with fear. Fear stops most people from going for their dreams, and it limits them. What if I fail? What if I make a mistake? What if I do this? That's all fear-based thinking versus, and that's why I really didn't like school, because my rich dad just taught me make a mistake and learn from it. But many people make no mistakes and learn nothing. And there's a lot of those today. The gap between rich and poor is so wide today. And I think a lot of people are just afraid of making a mistake, which is a mistake.
Yeah.
So it's fear-based.
Yeah, in school, we get punished for making a mistake. The other thing about school, Robert, I think you told me this, is that we're forced to compete with our classmates, which is the opposite of how people win in the real world. Peter Thiel, famous investor, he has a great book with a title. I love the title of his book, Competition is for Losers. And it's got a little wordplay there. But you've been saying this forever, right? Like in the real world, people collaborate, right?
Like I have a very, very smart team. I have a great accountants, attorneys, real estate guys, systems guys, and they're my team. I couldn't do it by myself. Whereas a student, like a doctor, a lot of times is, I'm going to do it by myself. I'm going to do it by myself. I remember once I was in this bar in Hawaii, and there was this doctor there, and he opened up his little box. He had some rare coin there, like, a numismatic gold coin. And he put it down and he was talking about it. And he opened it up again. The coin was gone.
Investment Club. Today, I consider it the best investment that I've ever made. We get 4 projects presented a week by their associated CEOs. Personally, I'm completely blown away by the quality of these projects, and I know of nowhere else where I would be given this same opportunity. Each week that passes, I feel more appreciative of the fact that I'm a member of this group. The vibe was just tremendous. Everybody's on the same wavelength. We just clicked. Everybody listened to each other, enjoyed their company. It was just magical, magical. Take action. Don't take my word for it. Due diligence you need to do. And I really hope that someday down the road I see you in the club. It far exceeded expectations, without question.
So we're all staying at the bar going, well, I didn't take it. And my friend, this guy named Jim, really, really rich guy, he says, don't worry about it. He's a doctor. He feels guilty about the money he makes, so he's going to lose it. I never forgot that. I said, but you hang out with wise people, if you know what I mean. Like this guy, I forget his name, Jim something, but he was just brilliant entrepreneur. And he had this kind of an eye for everything. About your money, you lose it.
Robert, you mentioned that spiritual intelligence. It's something that I think you're the only one I've heard talk about it. And these days, we've heard about, obviously, just the IQ, the intelligence. We've heard people talking about emotional intelligence these days. Can you read a room and read how people feel? But and physical intelligence, I think we understand that some people really have that gift or that understanding of the physical world in their body. But the spiritual, can you talk a little bit more about that?
Well, what does God want done? When I was studying with Buckminster Fuller, this guy here, this is 81, I think. And he says, what's your purpose in life, young man? And I said, get rich. He says, it's a waste of a good mind, He says, ask yourself this, what does God want done? Go do that. And I went, it took me a while. But that's where Rich Dad, Poor Dad came out. I said, God wants me to teach what my rich dad taught me. And then Martin Luther King said it also. He said, Martin Luther King says, I just want to do God's will. That's spiritual intelligence. That can you say, well, I would do God's will, but I have to earn a living. That's not spiritual at that point. But that's how I took the whole thing. And, studying with Fuller was just, he says, do what God wants done.
Wow.
And I became a teacher.
Hey, I know investing in crypto is scary. It takes a real leap of faith because there are so many scams, rug pulls, and bad actors out there. It's a dangerous business, which is why 95% of people lose all their money. Well, that's why I created the London Real Investment Club, so you can access the hottest deals on the planet and use the crypto bull market to create the generational wealth that you deserve. Join my team of over 100 people from around the world that are making millions of dollars behind the scenes investing in blockchain, AI, Web3 games, DeFi, Bitcoin, and more. Don't miss out. Click the link below to book a call with one of my team now. But hurry, this bull market will end soon.
I know investing in crypto can be scary. That's why you gotta join the investment club. Pull the trigger. Let's do this.